Sail back with us through the vast oceans of time, to an age where civilization was a bright flame amidst a dark world, where great cities were the crucibles of human achievement and the crossroads of empires. This is the story of a city like no other, a place where past and future, east and west merged in a dazzling, vibrant kaleidoscope of culture, trade and humanity. Thousands of people passed through it. Scores of legends were birthed within its walls. This is but one of its many tales. 4 men unaware of their futures journeyed to the city by the northern road. From the reaches of the frozen north, Rollo and Baltha, hulking brother warriors seeking glory in combat. From the provincial provinces outside the city, Michael and Eutropius. Eutropius, a cleric from a small village, decided he could spread the word best in the expansive city. Michael, whose simple manner belied his true intellect, coming to the city for his own mysterious purposes. On the road, as the sun set, they were waylaid by a group of centaurs. A centaur warrior was a physical specimen, over 800 pounds of bone and muscle, built for survival and combat. Nevertheless, the party held their own and dispatched the aggressors. After exploring the dockside district and assisting a sea captain against denizens of the deep, they realized their goals would be best served by joining the Auxilia. The Auxilia was the Strategos' corps of non-citizen soldiers, created to support the elite legion. Drawing its volunteers from the multitude of foreigners who passed through the city, the party was sure to find positions, steady pay, and adventure. They were assigned to a cohort on its way to reinforce a southern outpost. Their prefectus was a young man named Tacitus. He was a capable warrior and veteran of many campaigns, but only recently promoted to command and still unsure of his authority. On the road south of the city, the column was once again set upon by a group of centaurs. Despite the auxiliary numbers, it seemed sure to be a dangerous encounter. But from the outset, Baltha showed himself to be a warrior worthy of song. With thunderous power, he single-handedly smote down 3 centaurs before they could lift a hand in defense. This would be the first time the world would see the legendary Rage of Baltha. After arriving at the outpost, they settled in and were at peace for some weeks. Baltha gained a promotion to sesquiplicari for his valiant performance during the ambush. Michael, because of his ability to read and write and his obsequious act, became Tacitus's assistant and Tessarius. Eutropius spent his time aiding the surrounding farm tenants with his knowledge of agriculture. On an otherwise quiet day, a local flour miller arrived claiming him and his co-workers had captured a centaur. Finding this claim difficult to believe, Tacitus dispatched the 4 to investigate. The mill did indeed contain a renegade centaur, who reportedly offered them the location of a treasure cache as a bribe for his freedom. Regardless, they brought him back to the outpost, after making a detour to recover the treasure, which turned out to be a modest amount of gold and a plethora of local religious icons. The following day, a centaur herald arrived at the gates demanding an audience with the man in charge. Tacitus and Baltha met him outside the gates, covered by archers from the gatehouse. The centaur claimed his band had the previous prefectus and some of his men captive, prisoners after their failed raid on the centaur heartland. Enraged by this casual insult to the honor of the Strategos and the auxiliary, Tacitus, somewhat rashly, had Baltha crush the centaur's skull. He ordered a rescue prepared immediately.